Noob Jam. Hello and welcome back to Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Today, Chapter 15, 2:55 a.m. Ten years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage and then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town, and then was killed by a bullet. But the scene I found waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. I see myself. Well, there you are, Commander Sith, finally. Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you. I had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of their way to mess me up. I say, I believe we fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain? We can talk about that when we get together. This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel. Well then, good. Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, but I know it's always darkest before the dawn. Yeah, I guess so. Yes. We're nearing the final stage of our little deal, my good man. Yes, sir. All preparation are complete, sir. And we just had a report, sir. Lights have been spotted, sir. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. Lights. Yes, we're very close. We will now disconnect from the communication cable and have no service until we arrive, sir. Very well. Well then. He was in a submarine all along. That was pretty cool. Nice try, Inspector Cabanella. But you could never stop me. See ya, sucker. Trick time! So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the one who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I'd better talk to him. Perhaps, yes, perhaps we should. Come on, wake up! Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Come on. Oh boy, still unconscious, eh? I guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. I'd just go ahead and go back to 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see there though. But if that's where I'm gonna find my answer is I can't run away from it. Rewind time! Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. Alright. That's a good boy. Gee, hostage sure is a handy thing. It give me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? Wrong. I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jode, who chased me down and forced me into a corner even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there where I was running. Lynn? She was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I've ever heard. I agree. And finally, you, Inspector Cabanela. Me? If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. What did he do? You were so proud of your spotless record. And my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people knew the real truth, me and Detective Jode. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. I'd never listen anyway. Well, you'd never listen. Now then, Inspector, time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. This was another condition of my deal, to wipe out everybody who knew about Temsic. Well, revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey man, mind telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanela, he's awake? My head's spinning, baby. Am I to understand that Cabanela character who just got shot is me? That's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me. I guess so. But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. And at the very least, you'll have information about that guy in red, information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that. Nothing like the sound of that, baby. Because there's a very important life here somewhere, a life valuable to this nation. Okay, so do your thing, baby. Alright, I'm gonna try. In less than an hour this time, hopefully. Well... So are you a manipulator too? I have ghost tricks, power of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywho, I think you'd better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. If he realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right, better be careful. That's good. Oh yeah, that's the thing he said earlier. Look at him. There's that something emanated from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? So I can move around, but I can't, or at least I shouldn't do anything. Right? Because he will see it. And that's a problem. Now, I just have to wait for time to pass, I think. Yeah, and I already read this. I'm not gonna do it 20 times. Otherwise I'm gonna lose my voice. And that's bad. Oh. I'm not sure I wanted to do that, but I think I did. Oh, look at this place. Yep. What in the world happened here? Think I'm starting to remember. Something bad happened here. And now, there's another death lying hidden here. What? Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. Well, fair enough. Oh. Hey, come to think of it, where's that old pigeon guy? I don't know, let's find him. Examine, I guess? Clear. Oh, I did the thing. This is some kind of device. Very astute observation. Sorry, my memory isn't working. Yeah, mine isn't working too well right now either. I do remember seeing somebody use this equipment though. Alright, well. Stop it. Excuse me. Please, not one more voice. Are you awake? Oh, yes, he is. Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, did you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory. I'm not the type who likes losing things. But never mind that. Cabanela, this is quite a surprising guest you've brought with you. Pretending like he didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy. And I'm his guest actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my sharp friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back. Pitiful. Ouch, that hurt. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death. In order to change your fate, that is. But aren't you already in the past, man? But we can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanela. But if we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. Rewind time! How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous. Don't be daft. I can't leave now. He's completely dead, but just as I thought, I'm getting a reading. This is the source of his power. If I remove it... He's not dead, he's just not there. The true form of this manipulator isn't something you can detect, it's a spirit. Ridiculous. So you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Inspector Cabanilla. So it's really true. You're... I wasted a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body is just a vessel, a shell. I control everything. The shell, people... just like I control the Justice Minister and Lin. So it's true, you were manipulating my baby that time. You made her shoot your shell. But why? Why did you do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence. You know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like Joe did. Now then, Professor. I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you. Oh yeah? So why don't you let me live then? I'll be leaving this country forever tonight, but before I do, I need to erase all evidence that this power of mine exists. Along with the contraption in this room. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to, and it'll all be over. Cupid won't turn this time, he'll shoot his little arrow this way. Professor, look out! Oh. Dynamite, eh? When the devil did he put that there? He planned it all out tonight. Having my baby shoot him, having his corpse disappear. His corpse disappeared. That medical examiner. Remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter. Well, I guess the blue skin should have given it away. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab, but he'd already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him the body back. But I wasn't going to let that happen, baby. You saw through their plan, eh? I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. I thought we could find the source of his power. Of course, never in my wildest dream did I think his ability were power of the dead. Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn. And I'm gonna follow him, of course, after I save you two. But something's been nagging at the back of my mind. I remember what Ray said to me tonight. He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. But if that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby. Action is the name of the game. Work your magic and take us back even further into the past. Well, trick time. Alright, man, jump in there and stop that explosion, would you? Easy enough for you to say. Foolish of you to say, too. If you stop the explosion, it will just do me in some other way. Fair enough, then jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say. And most likely impossible to boot. That huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye. Well, why do you propose then, Prof? Pray tell. Your best bet is to save me during the explosion without him noticing. Easy enough for you to say. Sheesh, what's with all these people? Any hoots, jump in there and do something. I'm on it. I would think I have to open this so he can get the heck out of here, but... and he doesn't have a core or anything. Interesting, interesting. So do I just have to be patient? And then just be like, boop! It's no use, I can't open it. Could the fact the professor is standing on it have anything to do with it? I may look small, but I'm pretty heavy set. He sounds so proud of that fact too. This door. Such a pity. Too bad it doesn't open downward. Sometimes life can be so hard, wouldn't you agree, Professor? Yeah, that's why we're both dead. A door that opens downwards, eh? Yeah, but like... I can examine this. Fool! What do you think you're doing? I just thought I'd try it out. If you do, you're going to set the contraption in motion. Oh, yeah. I just thought... He just thought he'd blow me up, is what he thought. Oops, that was my bad. But there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my tricks on in this room. That's true. I can't exactly get up there or anything. And they already talked about all this stuff, so no need for me to look at it again. Well... Oh, maybe I can turn the angel around so it doesn't blow up. But nah, that just doesn't seem right to me. Ha! I think I have to be here. Because that's the only way you can escape. But... I'll be leaving this country forever tonight, but before I do, I need to erase all evidence that Bowman existed. And with the contraption in this room. Oh. As you perhaps have already noticed, time is running out, baby. Yeah, no perhaps about it, I know. But you know, there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my ghost trick on in here. It looks like it's all over. Unless I find another pass, I'm sort of a deadlock here. Sissel. Hey, I know that voice. Help me. Where are you? Find me before I'm carried away. What's with this frail sounding call for help? He's here somewhere. A friend of yours? Yep, a little guy that looks a little fragile but has strength that'll surprise you. Well, he's asking you to find him. before he's carried away, no less. But I'm almost out of time. Should I look for him? Yeah, I don't know where he is, but I think he's probably down here somewhere. But where could he be? Where could he be? And like he said, there's not many places I can go to. Okay, I can't get into the arrow to get to the other side of the room either. What? Well, it was me hoping. Sissel! There he is again. Farewell! Sounds like your little pal was carried away. Where was he? Maybe you should have tried to find him somehow. Maybe you should have looked around. You know, from corner to corner, baby. Now what? Maybe I should start over. Yeah, I probably should. So I guess I shouldn't try and find him with the thing of the dead. I should just look around normally, like this. Well, I'm supposed to find him, and I have a feeling I know who him is. And I nearly can't do anything here. Oh, he got up a bit faster than I thought. Come on, buddy, I know you exist. Show thine self to me. I'll be leaving this country forever tonight. Before I do, bye-bye, explosion, kaplooey! No secrets out. Don't want none of them. What in the what? Where am I even? He's here somewhere, isn't he? Oh, maybe now I can find him. Yeah, we know this. I'll find him this time. Probably. Yeah. It's surprising. Find him. I'll find him. Haha! Sissel! Here I am! Oh, hey! It's... Missile! What are you doing there? Do you really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going there? No, that's okay. Never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course! Here, let me come and join you. Okay, here I am, Sissel. Now maybe things will flow in a new direction. Even though the flow of the sewer is a little bit stinky. Alright. Well, I need to swap something real quick. Okay, let's stop that explosion. No, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of that man in red then. No, we can't do that either. We can't do this, we can't do that. What can we do? Well, let the explosion happen. Then we rescue the old pigeon guy without the man in red noticing. And your power are the key to all of it, Missile. Oh, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. We're talking about a matter of seconds. We can't miss our chance. Well, I need him to find something, that's for sure. I can go way back here. Oh. Those squeaky guys are making a fuss about something. Sizzle! My animal instincts are starting to surface. If if you mean you want to chase them, I think you have to be alive to do that. There must be some kind of rat feast in that trash. Those things usually make a bigger commotion than that. A bigger commotion, eh? Yes, bigger, is it? Yes. Now that's what I call some proper commotion. Hey, they're making that trash can dance. Truth be told, I feel a bit like dancing now myself. It's getting harder and harder to hold my wild instinct back. What a dangerous bunch. Alright. A feeling I have to do this, because why would I not? Oh. Then... Oh, I'm in this. Alright. I should do it now. Look out! Okay. Mission accomplished, I think. Sorry, little pigeon. As for you, Inspector, I have a little job for you. I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones. I don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. It might make it hurt a little bit when I move you through though. Quite a bit, actually. Damn you. I can't believe it. Your lot actually pulled it off. Sorry, Inspector Cabanilla, I couldn't do anything to help you. And there I am, a poor broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. The magic disappearing at that is. Nothing like it, baby. Yeah, except... unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here. Of the phone book? Alright, well, fate's been averted, so that's good. What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead, not that you aren't. I was just remembering the fact that right about now, the real me is giving the poor Justice Minister a real fright. That phone call, yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister. You really shouldn't be mean like that. And what's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would be if he was actually still full of life. Camilla. Gods in heaven, what a terrible thing! That poor little girl taken hostage? It's a cruel twist of fate indeed. Wait just a minute, Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yes, we're sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla, a hostage? What's a hostage? Anyway, Inspector Cabanilla, it's time to save your life now. But you couldn't get very far when you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different, right, Sissel? That's right, with us working together it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white and then we'll go rescue Camilla, okay? Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Well then, let's try it out. Alright, let's get started. Inspector Cabanela is upstairs. So our first step is to get up there. Sissel, I'll go up first and wait for you. Okay, lovey-dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. Alright. Well. There you are, Sissel! Sorry for the wait, missile. 4 minutes from now, the inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot, then save Cabanela without him noticing. Whew, it's even worse than last time. Anywho, jump in there and do something. Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want to use my power, just tap RT. Sure, I'll do it, buddy. Well... photos. Can't quite reach all the way over there. I think I know what to do, but... and I can't really do anything with Sissel, so let's just wait. I think I might have to swap the helmet with the actual bullets. I think that's what I might have to do. Now I can go around all the way to here. Oh, and I can also... Nah, I think I might be wrong, actually. I think I have to swap the bullet with something else. Oh, did you see that? That bad Sissel turned around! Do you have to call him that? But yeah, maybe this is our chance to try some ghost tricks. This is the only time he'll take his eye off of me too. If you have something to do, do it now. Time to take the first step towards saving the inspector. Alright, so... I would think I have to do this. I can't go anywhere else with Sissel. And I think I need Sissel to do something here. I can rock the helmet. I can examine the book. I think rocking the helmet's probably the thing I have to do here. I can't really swap anything this side. Not with... and there's nothing downstairs that I can use to just swap around either. So... what was that? Well... it's the helmet for sure. I don't know if it exactly did what I wanted it to do though. Does it have the same shape as something else now? I don't think it does. Got nothing to say to you, never listen anyway. Oh, I figured out what I have to do, I think. Anyway. I think I have to get to the other side. And I have to swap. Yikes, I'm a little scared right now. Why didn't he die? Because he's already dead. He died 10 years ago. I knew full well he wouldn't die if I shot him. Then why did you go to the trouble of shooting him at all? Time's almost up. That's enough chit-chat. But now the situation has changed slightly. The These last split second are our chance. Yeah, right? But I don't think I have what I need here. I don't think I have what I need at all. No, I don't want to do that. Maybe I do though. Maybe that's a thing I have to do. Because that's the only way for me to reach this area here with Sissel. And I think I need this thing. Then I need to swap this with the book. I think. If I swap this with the book. Yes! Okay, I did it. Well, would you look at that, right on the hook. I love knit hats. So warm and most of all soft. Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that hat is the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Aha, I thought so. Yep, and that's important because they have the shape of a bullet. That was another condition of my deal, to wipe out everyone that knows something about Temsek. He's going to shoot. It's too late. Again, I'm going to get shot again. No, wait, our chance is coming up. The last split second, right? Leave it to me. Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now it's our chance. I'm here in the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. What? It's our only hope. There's gotta be something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. Yeah, like this knitted hat. Alright. I don't think he noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magical disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats, so warm and most of all soft. Did I do alright? You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over. Well then. What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answer I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together. That's about the size of it all, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursue it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself after all. Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Miss Ha. And there's a certain guy I have to follow too. That's not quite the end, is it? After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanilla, the man in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold in a new present. How are you feeling, old crazy character? Hey there, Prof, we're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right. Like I'm going to believe that. So what? The guy in red's gone, eh? Just in case, I posted Special Investigation Unit all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came true for us. damn it! You picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. Well then. Well, it looked like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success. But in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I'd better talk to them. Yes, I'd better do that. Let's talk. If I knew things were going to end like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way it could have been dancing after Big Red by now. Might be able to erase death, but it's true, I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry, I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there, within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight. And then, this and that happened. This had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector, we still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any question you like, Mr. Ghost. Revenge. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jode who forced me into a corner, Lynn the girl who was playing in the park, and finally you, Inspector Cabanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. What did you do? Yes, 10 years ago, on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then, I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'll tell you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to a Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on a big case with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. Was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking a statement. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanela, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. Be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have gone to point at Lynn in the first place. Alright, well. We first found out about the manipulators existing during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tab on the communication networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him in his power. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. And in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them two predictions. He foresaw two completely preposterous and impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing a national secret during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those two inmates of the special prison, eh? We kept tab on their communication and launched an investigation. And then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and stalked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator planned on leaving this country tonight, on a submarine that belonged to the other countries in this deal. Submarine? But we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if its power were to fall into their hands. Right, highly unlikely they'll use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage, Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. Spotless record. The spotless record of yours. Is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some way, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life, eh? After all, it's because of my records that I'm able to get my hands on all intel. As head of the Special Investigation Unit, and because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator's case. The manipulator's case? That's why you care about your record so much? Of course. Why else, baby? I just never could have believed it, man. Joe shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years though. The manipulator is going to prove that Joe is innocent. What incredible determination. Capanella's determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Joe, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know? As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister too. I needed to buy as much time as possible, as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, eh? Yes, it is. But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intention. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around, give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. Okay. Oh, and you now. Alright. I cleared up that case pretty fast and I'm still almost at an hour. Jesus. Mr. Superintendent? Do you mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no sign of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity too. Unusual corpse. That's the only way I can describe it too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, alright, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch. But I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. So his body does not take damage? I was completely bewildered. But when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went. And no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. But there is one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. Clue left behind. The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some reading for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kind of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute, could it be... That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell, and just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die only to come back to life. I wanted to research it, all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator's case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? Right, Cabanella's arrival. It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. Oh, I haven't seen that in a while, I love it. I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Temsic. Is that you, baby? Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? I was investigating the manipulator's case then, and then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who it was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put 2 and 2 together, baby. The manipulator's case and Temzik were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise the little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. Well, we know everything this time. Unless we have to talk. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jode? That's right. Jode and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the report of his case to try and recreate the device. But there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jode it did something it shouldn't have made. It shouldn't have made an impossible move. I added that part to the device I recreated, but in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate. I put in a part, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Inspector Cabanella? Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. Must have sounded like a real villain. I hate to spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image you had of him? Inspector Cabanella, I'm sorry, I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jode. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight. I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ha 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 ha! Oh, please, no more people. But a joke is a joke, you might as well laugh. Jode! The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jode go free until tomorrow morning. That's a pretty extreme with while he was at it. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You've always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. Jode. 5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. I've been waiting so long, Detective Jode. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me is just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you liked it. Sissel, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? You don't know where the submarine is and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cable to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Okay, fine, I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. I hope so. Alright, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanella. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reason, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. That it is. Oh, thank God it's done. Was a long one. More than an hour. Holy cannoli. Oof. I'm happy I'm done. I can feel my voice going, you know. Whew. Alright, since I'm done, I'm gonna call it quits right here. So, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you could help me out by pressing all of the good buttons under this video, that'll be greatly appreciated. And with all of that said, I bid you a glorious day, and I do hope to see you in the next episode of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Bye-bye.